Previously on Survivor.
Andrew, well-deserved immunity. You will be safe from tribal council this week.
It's the first time that I've been left out of a vote.
The gigantic text that Parker sent today.
I don't understand why Parker would do that. That is literally so stupid.
Savannah has now told him that she's keeping the idol.
If there's any blindside coming, it's going to be against me.
The 10th person voted out of Survivor Syracuse Bureau, and the 3rd member of our jury, Marcella.
Alright, are you guys ready to get started with your next immunity challenge? Yes, sir. First, Andrew, I will take that back. No. Up for grabs. Today, we are keeping it pretty simple. It's called the frisbee. We are going to be frisbee tossing at this post. You guys are going to be standing from the grate, and you just got to toss it and hit.
You guys are so slick. You said our buckets, you got dots and toilet paper.
Every round, you all throw. You get 2 throws.
Yeah, so each round you'll get 2 throws. Once you hit, if you hit, you move on. Once everyone goes through that round, we'll take this thing and move it back a couple feet. We'll keep going until there's only one person left.
If you miss both your throws, you are eliminated. If everyone misses in a round, we will re-go through the order. Any other questions?
So if you hit it, you have 2 chances, but if you hit it once, you're good.
Yes.
You don't have to okay.
We'll get to it.
Whenever you're ready.
I literally missed. This is like so close, it's like right now.
Yes.
Casey has been eliminated. Yep.
Eli hits and moves on.
No.
Parker misses his first one.
No.
He is now eliminated.
I can't. You're feeling good.
No. I'm happy for you. I want everyone to do this.
Also,
First one. And that's Savannah, and then we got Lily. First shot.
Shall we get
Lily takes on the first one. She's moving on. Lily moving on.
Okay, Mel. I'm missing this.
Eli, shot.
Can I have the black one, please?
Eli with the second shot.
Oh,
Eli's eliminated.
That's a great indicator of what's going on.
First shot.
You want this one or the same one?
No, give me a different one. I gotta change it to the left. Oh, no. Joe, you're just doing your frisbee magic.
I have the black one.
Ben and I always equal when we're down with you. Tied last week. Andrew, this first shot. How about tied? Oh, yeah, that's good.
Andrew's eliminated. We're dropping like flies and it's only round 2.
This challenge can be over quick.
Huh?
No.
Yeah.
And out. All right. It's either Mel or Lily for immunity. If Lily makes it, they both move on to the next round. Poke gets moved back. If Lily misses, Mel wins immunity for the week. Lily makes it. Round 3, 4 immunity. Mel versus Lily. Whenever you're ready.
So if Lily hits, you win immunity. If not, we go again.
Yeah, they gotta be in the bottom, right? Yeah. Congratulations, Lily. You win immunity. Congratulations, Lily. Come up and get your immunity. You have a 1-7 shot of winning your game now. Oh yeah, and also,
Come back up here.
come back. You have to take a try method to give the clue to. Okay, so you'll be getting a clue from us to hit immunity idol after you guys leave. Whatever that is. Got nothing else for you guys though. When we travel next Thursday. See you guys back here where someone will be the 11th person voted out in the game.
So once again, I was blindsided, unfortunately, and as usual, I really messed up my game. I honestly am not sure how I'm gonna recover from this one. I seriously thought that either Eli or I was gonna go. So at this point, it looks like me and Casey are still definitely on the outs with apparently Lily, but I don't know how on the outs Lily is. I feel like she's still kind of in their group. But Casey apparently found some advantage at the tribal. I haven't heard from her about what it is yet, but I'm like very excited and very interested to see what that is, if it could somehow help me.
And then I tried not to look sus, even though I looked so sus. And I basically was like trying to talk to people. I had put my phone back in my pocket after the challenge and was like pretending to just like put my hands in my pockets, whatever. So yeah, that's how I found it. And then I ran home, opened it, read it, texted Parker, and then later on told Lily, I think like the next day.
Alright, so this is the advantage that you found. Power without safety. So basically what this allows you to do is to give up individual immunity if you have it or someone else has it, the holder has it, before tribal questioning to earn another vote for that tribal. Last time to use it will be next tribal, final 7.
We are voting Parker this week just because he's a big threat. I think he could make a really good case to the jury if he ended up at final tribal. He's friends with like jury members and people like him, especially now that he's like on the outs. If he makes his way all the way there, like he could definitely win. So he's a big social threat in that respect. He's just like a good player. He's strategic, he's smart, like he knows what he's doing. And also, third, I know he doesn't have an idol unless he somehow found the idol that was put into the game when we merged, which I don't know where that one is.
I think I just found a hidden immunity idol clue. I'm literally resting my phone on a tree. Or I found a hidden immunity idol. die if this is it. I mean, if somebody needs a random suspicious burlap sack, it all seems weird. Yeah! We got it!
Ugh, it just sucks because I know I have to take a step back, because now that Julia's out, now that Marcelo's out, I am the clear biggest target in the game, the biggest threat to win it all. So I gotta lay low, and that's what I'm doing. And one thing I'm trying to do over the next couple weeks is put the target off of me and put it onto Ben. I love Ben so much, but he is really trying to make the moves right now and take control, and I'm gonna let him do it. And that's gonna help me take that target off me and give myself more of a case for why he should get voted out, because honestly, if he makes it to the end, he is winning. I'm not letting him get to the final 3 with me, so he's gotta go. I know I'm getting votes tomorrow, by the way, definitely from Parker, Casey, and Lily. I mean, they all want me gone, and reasonably so, because I will win the game if I get to the end.
I feel good with Ben. I don't think he's gonna flip. Obviously, I could be being played.
I'm flipping again. Surprise.
I don't know what that feels like at this point in the game. I've been on the right side of the vote every week, so I'm not gonna. It's hard to tell like what it feels like to be getting tricked. So I don't know. I know it's coming, and this might be the week.
3 weeks in a row we flipped. Well, I guess I didn't technically flip the first week. I flipped other people, but now I flipped. But we're flipping on the middle alliance. I hate that I have to do that because I was content with riding that one out to the final 5. But it's come to my attention that it might not be the smartest move. Looking at the 5 people in that middle alliance, you've got Mel, who I think a lot of our moves have been really similar, and I think Mel stands a really great chance for the jury. Just everyone likes her a lot. Savannah, who I think is under the radar to a lot of people, but we're aware that she's got an idol and possibly another one. Eli, who's been playing a very on the radar game. I thought that if we went to the jury, Eli would lose, which is why I've been trying to keep him so close. But I'm starting to think that that's not the case anymore. I'm starting to think that if Eli makes it to the end, despite what people have said about him, they're going to give him credit. Andrew, who I think is also playing under the radar game, but people are starting to take note of it.
It's been a very quiet week. So Savannah and I can't help but being nervous. I texted our little group chat with Eli, Savannah, me, Mel, Ben earlier today to like check in, and everyone said, yeah, we're good to go with the Parker plan, but I mean, obviously that's what they would say no matter what. It's just been a lot quieter than recent weeks, and that could be because everyone just agrees that this is an easy plan, and there's not really any like big work that has to go into it. You know, we're not trying to trick Parker really. He knows what he did last week, and he knows where he is in the food pyramid.
Hello? Okay, so the vibe this week, I was honestly really nervous about if I could be a target, because I feel like a lot of agendas that people had sort of came to fruition, and now people are looking for their next target. And I obviously was also really concerned about like breaking the trust with Lily and how she would feel about all that stuff, but I honestly I think it's fine, because truth is, she doesn't have anyone else. So if I'm coming to her as a number, she needs me. So that's that on that. Also, I mended stuff with Parker again. He seems super hyped, just that like we didn't vote him out, and I was like, I told you that you're gonna be fine. Different type of fine, but you're fine. So yeah, there's that. And then my other concern was, I love working with Ben, he's great, but like he's just so connected to Eli that I was just like, I want to get him out. Like I want to get Eli out. And I didn't know if Ben would be on board for that. Like I know he said in the past that he's like down to get Eli out, but he's also told me like I want to take Eli to the final 3. So I was like, I don't know what path you're on right now, Ben. But I don't know when in this game I need to start being more concerned about how much I can trust Ben. I don't know when that point is. I don't know if this week is the point. I don't know if next week is the point. So that's something I'm figuring out.
thinking about my idol, I feel like every tribal council since the Julia vote, well, I guess that was just like the Julia vote and the Marcella vote, but still, I just like feel this urge to play my idol, and I just like do not want to play it incorrectly, but I also don't want to leave with it. So that's just like another thing to consider about like when is the right time to play it. Obviously, ideally, I would want to keep it until the last possible tribal that I could use it. I think that's at Final 5, which would be awesome because that would guarantee me a spot in the Final 4. I really don't know how these people are planning on voting in the future, and I need to figure it out. But I'm just really hoping it's not me tomorrow. I don't feel like there's a reason to vote me out, except, oh, I do think that Parker is telling people that I have an idol. Honestly, like, if I were him, I don't blame him. That's, like, information that can be used against me. Yeah, so that's, like, pretty much my thinking for tomorrow.
Alright, welcome back, Moscato, to your next tribal council. Let's start this week off by recapping a little bit last week. Parker, you were kind of expecting to go home, ended up scrambling a little bit. Tell me what it's like. You're still here sitting in front of me talking to me, so what was going through your head?
Well, yeah, you're right. I was expecting to go home. I didn't go home. It made it kind of awkward after, to be honest. It has felt a little bit like I have corona or something. Like everyone's kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to talk to him. Like he's like the crazy one, but that's kind of how it's been this week, honestly.
Are you worried you're on the ropes right now?
Very. I mean, how can I not be? I'm definitely worried.
How has this week been so far, especially since now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, we're down to 7 people out there? That make you worried? Like, how are you feeling?
I mean, if you're not worried, you're wrong. I have no hard feelings. Parker and I talked. He knows I love him regardless of what happens in the game. So I thought it was a great move for him to get some TV time because honestly, like that was the most fun tribal we've had. So.
Andrew, same question goes to you. You were one of the people that Parker called out. How are you feeling?
I think I'm in a similar situation where, like, at first I was kind of shocked, but Parker and I talked afterward, and I definitely understand where he was coming from, and I think I expressed that, and, like, I don't think there's any hard feelings against that particular moment. I think we all know what's kind of going on, but Eli's definitely right that he also made some points that people could have listened to, and so it makes me worried.
Parker, those are 3 people who they were together last week, and you singled them out together last week. But there was 5 votes for Marcella, so how do you think the lines fell?
Yeah, I mean, the lines fell differently than I expected, but at the end of the day, I do still think that that is still a group of 3, and I do think that that's something that in a Final 8 or a Final 7 scenario, a group of 3 that's voting together is very dangerous, especially one that's been together since the very beginning, and I think that is definitely something that we need to all consider. Also a group of 3 that have completely dominated this game and have been on the right side of every vote they've been a part of. Meanwhile, I've only had 3 votes go the way I wanted them to in this game, while they've had 6. So it's like definitely something to consider, I think. I've made so many mistakes in this game, and honestly, like, they haven't made any, except for maybe like Eli with some relationship stuff, but Savannah and Andrew they love them, but they have really made no mistakes in this game. Like, I think that's something that people need to consider in this vote for sure.
Parker brings up a great point, by the way, about being in relationships. Honestly, like, that's a great reason for me to stay here. I fucked up a lot of relationships. A lot of people over there hate me. So
I think we all fucked up relationships.
No, so why get rid of the guy who has 0 jury management skills? Might as well get rid of someone who is lovable by the jury or is likable from the jury.
But I don't know why the jury, if the jury voted for me in the end, someone who's like had 0 control, someone who, because these 3 aren't gonna vote for me. If the jury voted for me in the end, I think that they don't maybe understand Survivor, because Survivor is about having control of this game. And since Julia went, and even before that, I made moves that backfired in my face, and
I have lost all control of this game. That's how someone wins Survivor, is how much in control they are.
It's all a narrative.
That's your opinion.
No, it's all a narrative. People love an underdog. People love an underdog.
That's a great point. I feel like, first of all, I feel like we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. We worried so much about jury management and who's getting jury votes. You're in the jury, you're not in the game anymore. Sorry, you're great. Like, read the rule book. Sorry. If I'm voted out of this game, which is a high chance I will be, there's only going to be a few people in the end, I'm going to vote, and I would expect everybody here to vote who played the best game. You know, that's Survivor. If I understand that, like, you maybe think who has the most control, and that's who you're going to vote for, that's great. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. I'm going to vote for overall who had the best game. If they were on the bottom, how did they come back? Things like that. But I think it's more important how do we get to the end, not how do we win at the end. There's still 8 people sitting here. So.
Alright, I just want to take a moment. No, a lot just happened right there. Let's go. What are you thinking about that?
Oh, this is like pure entertainment. Partner of C right here. Yeah, no, there's obviously like ongoing beefing, like feuding between these two sides, and I feel like lots of times I feel like I'm sitting in the crossfire, but like at the end of the day, like I have to just speak up.
Alright, so Lily, back to the last tribal, where Marcelo got voted out. You were with Marcelo the entire game. So what was it like for you to lose him?
I will be honest, it totally sucked. I already missed playing with Marcelo, just because I like him a lot as a person. And he was kind of like my right-hand person also when Emma got voted out. So I think it was especially hard with the Marcelo vote because it was like not even, 2 votes prior, Emma got voted out, and then Marcelo got voted out. So it was that kind of like chain reaction was really difficult for me to deal with. And I think that's why I was like literally so determined to win the immunity challenge, because I was like, if I don't, I'm literally screwed for this week because I'm on the wrong side and numbers are against me. So I'm very glad to have this with me today.
Casey, do you think there are any distinct lines in the game now from last vote?
Yeah, but like at the same time, I feel like actually I don't know. I don't know if I can say that because I thought in the past that maybe there were, and then I just come to tribal, and then I always think it's gonna go one way, and then I realize like so much stuff has happened since the last tribal that like honestly I don't even know anymore. So I guess I'm not sure.
Now, Ben, going back to the conversation before that Parker and Eli and Andrew were having, when do you start to train your head and focus on the end?
I don't know. I feel like when like Parker said like it's a group of 3, like 3 people is a majority, like it's a group of 5. Like, you already are like I hate, and all of these people know I hate talking about like being too much in the future. But unfortunately, it's this point in the game, like it's something important. Like I definitely don't think you guys should be downplayed, but you can't focus on the end if you're not at the end. So part of the journey is the end until we start like that.
Same question to you, Savannah.
Yeah, I do agree with some of what Andrew said. Like, I feel like we need to really look at there. But also, I do think it's like definitely something to consider. It's going to affect like how we play. So I think it's
And Casey, back to you. In seasons past, we've seen juries with bitter juries and juries with not bitter juries. How do you plan to make big moves in a season where there can be bitter juries?
There can be, wait, what was the word? Bigger?
Bitter juries.
Bitter?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I think kind of like, I do agree with what Andrew's saying. Like, it comes down to like who can play a good game. Because that's what this is. Like, I know there's like, you know, it can be heated at times, but it is at the end of the day a game. And I think it just comes down to like who kind of knows what they're doing, who's playing the game correctly, I guess, and who's just being a good.
And now, Savannah, we come back to this question. What is the correct way to play? What's the best way to win?
I don't know. I feel like everyone has like their own opinion of like how to play. Like some people are definitely playing really hard out of the game, and some people are playing really under the radar. So I feel like whatever like suits you, whatever you think like for this is like. I don't think there's like one distinct term.
So Parker, do you plan for the vote this time? Is it just another week of hoping that there's a majority, or are you hoping that you're just on the right side of the people that you voted with last time? If you get enough people together, how does it work?
Yeah, I think like being someone who is kind of on the outs and like doesn't have strong ties anywhere, it is a lot of hoping at this point. I definitely like went all out and I really tried to like talk to people that I wanted to talk to and honestly try like to make people realize that keeping me in this game, keeping a single alone person in this game could be more beneficial than keeping a group in this game. So that's kind of was my tactic this week, I guess.
Eli, same question to you.
I mean, I'm sad because I didn't get a Parker text. But yeah, I mean, in this game right now, it's like, I don't really think there are like straight lines. They're all kind of curvy, which isn't a bad thing. At this point, I know like I'm gonna probably get votes every single tribal if I'm not voted out today. So it's just hope that people who said they had my back a few days ago still have it.
Of course, gotta bring it up. There hasn't been an idle play yet this season. Do you think we can see one?
I mean, I have all of them.
Oh.
So, to the backlog, like, I'm doing the math. I think I have one more week and then I can just idle it out to you.
I mean, dude, what do we think? Well, do you think they're out there, or do you think they're still hidden? Do you think anyone's found them? Do you think people got voted out with them?
I don't know. I think they're around. I don't know. I think it's something you think about every week, but also like you can't like worry. You can't worry so much about it. It's such a hypothetical idea also that you have no grounds. Like so you just have to.
When do you stop playing finals 5? It's 5 the last time.
So there's like this one and 2 more, right?
Oh, right, yeah, no.
Okay.
Alright, so tonight, who feels nervous? Raise your hand. Everyone. Savannah, why do you feel nervous?
Because I feel like you can't not feel nervous. Like there's so few of us, like it literally could go any direction.
No, why do you feel nervous?
It's the same thing. Like if I don't have the immunity in my hand, like even when I did have the immunity in my hand, I was still like nervous. Like because you can be nervous even not for yourself, but just for like your future.
Parker, what about you? Why are you feeling nervous?
Do I need to answer? Yeah, I don't think I need to answer that.
Alright, and final question. Hila or Lily, do you think this is anyone's game at this point, or is it just a race to the finish?
No, I don't think it's anybody's game. I think it's totally up in the air. Yeah, I just think it could really go either way. And as we said, like the whole idle play, still somebody's gonna play us in the next couple days, and so that to me could just throw a storm that we don't even know what's coming.
Alright, are you guys ready to vote?
That's right.
Alright, now let's start with you.
Never wanted to write this person's name down, but better them, not me. Please, somehow let this work.
I am so scared.
Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to come up, drop their butt, and move the tribal council area immediately. If you would like to play and hit an immunity idol at an advantage, now would be the time to do so. Alright, ready for votes. First vote. Parker. Second vote. Parker. Two votes Parker. Third vote. Savannah. Fourth vote. Savannah. That's 2 votes Parker, 2 votes Savannah, 4 votes left. Savannah. 3 votes Savannah, 2 votes Parker, 3 votes left. Next vote. Parker. We are tied 3-3. votes remaining. Savannah. 4 votes Savannah, 3 votes Parker, 1 vote Hall. And the 12th person voted out, and the 4th member of our jury, Savannah. Come up and drop the vote. Savannah, Travis spoken. All right, another vote down. Some whispering going on. Seems like you guys are figuring yourself out, but congrats on making it to the final 7. I'll see you guys at your next challenge.
Honestly, like I can't say I'm blindsided. Like I'm really not. I kind of figured. I assumed that Parker told everyone that I have an idol. I said that in my vlog. Like I kind of guessed that, and I assumed that's why they voted for me. It sucks. I'm going home with an idol in my pocket, but like I don't know, I was scared of playing it and me not getting votes. That's kind of like embarrassing, but I mean, I was on the right side of every vote up until this point, so I guess that's something, but I am sad that it's over. It sucks, yeah.
I'm thrilled that that went the way it did. I'm like so grateful to Ben and Mel that they didn't flip on us because I was very nervous, and that like, I know I was safe, but I still wanted to like ensure that Parker and Casey would be here for next week. Like I don't want to be screwed over myself for next week, and I'm also super glad that we didn't use Casey's advantage, and that way we can use it next week if we need it. So I think it went really well today.
Welcome back to your next immunity challenge, guys. First, Lily, I'll take it back.
First.
Final 7, immunity is back up for grabs.
All right, today's challenge will be superlative. So we're gonna send you guys a Google form, spread out, fill it out on your own, tell no one your answers, and we'll go from there.
Wait, which one's Joey Sack and which one's Joe Cologne? What? Cologne? Okay.
So, how this is going to work is all of you have voted. We're going to ask you those same questions. You're going to hold up whoever you think was voted for that question. Not necessarily who you voted, but who you think person was voted out of the majority. All right, who do you guys think was voted the most likely to break COVID restrictions? All right, is everyone ready? Show in 3, 2, 1, go. Ben, Mel, Mel, Lily, Ben. So we got, the correct answer here was Ben. So Eli. Keep them held up until we get his tally. Eli, Lily, Mel, and Ben get a point.
It's just because you're a friend, bro.
For the record, I'm very respectful.
Next question. Who do you think was voted most likely to skip the Sweet 16 game to look for an idol? So let's ready our reveal in 3, 2, 1. Parker, Andrew, Parker, Eli. Looks like Parker was the winner. So Eli, Andrew, Lily, Mel, and Parker all get points. All right, the next question was, who do you guys think is the worst liar? So who does the majority think is the worst liar? Reveal in 3, 2, 1.
This one, there were 2 correct answers, Parker and Eli. So Ben gets Eli gets a point, Parker gets a point, Mel gets a point. No, Lily does not get a point. No, no one else gets a point. Okay.
Who do you think is the? Who do you guys think was chosen for? Who would blow $1 million the fastest? All right, reveal in 3, 2, 1. Eli, Parker, Ben, Ben. The correct answer was Ben. So I believe that's everyone except for Eli and Andrew get points.
All right, quick score tally. Mel leading with 4, Lily and Parker and Ben following up with 3, Eli with 2, and Casey and Andrew with 1. All right, next question. Who does the majority think does not deserve to be in this final 7? All right, revealing 3, 2, 1, go. We got a Casey, a Parker, a Casey, a Lily, and a Casey. The correct answer here was Casey. So Eli, Andrew, Lily, Mel, and Ben all get points.
No, it's like I'm also
Who do you guys think the majority voted would do the best on actual Survivor? All right, let's reveal in 3, 2, 1. I see Andrew, Mel, Andrew, Mel. The correct answer was Andrew, so that would be everyone except for Andrew and Ross. All right, let's do a quick score update. Looks like Mel and Lily are tied for first place with 6 points. Parker, Eli, and Ben not far behind with 5 each, followed by Andrew and Casey, who both have 3 apiece. Who do you guys think the majority chose to call to help you hide a dead body? All right, show me your answers in 3, 2, 1. I see Casey, Mel, Ben, Parker, Ben, Eli, Mel. The correct answers, we had a tie, are Ben and Mel, which means Andrew gets a point, Lily gets a point, Mel gets a point, and Ben gets a point.
All right, next question. Who does the majority think is the most likely to get arrested? All right, you ready? Reveal. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, we got 2 for Ben, 2 more for Ben, Mel, and Casey. The correct answer here was, again, Mel and Ben. So everyone but Casey gets a point there.
Who did the majority choose to be most likely to be a narc? All right, show me your answers in 3, 2, 1. I see Eli, Andrew, Ben, Eli, Parker, Eli. All right, keep those held up because we have a 3-way tie with Eli, Parker, and Andrew. So it looks like Eli gets a good enough. Everyone gets a point except for Casey.
All right, next question. Who does the majority think will be the most successful away from the game of Survivor or in life and death? All right, reveal in 3, 2, 1, go. We got Lily, Casey, Andrew, and Parker. The correct answer here was Lily. Eli, the only one to get a point.
I got you, Lily.
Who do you think got the most votes for who would you most want to take on a date? All right, show me your answers in 3, 2, 1. I see Mel, Ben, Casey, Lily. The 2 correct answers are Parker and Ben. So it looks like Andrew, Mel, Casey.
Yeah.
No one
has Parker.
Another quick score update. Mel is still in the lead with 10 points, followed closely behind by Lily with 9. Then we got Eli and Ben with 8, followed by Parker and Andrew with 7, and Casey with 4.
Woo! We have 10 questions left. All right, who was voted the biggest strategic threat? All right, show me your answers in 3, 2, 1. I
see Ben, Andrew, Eli, Parker. We have another three-way tie between Parker, Andrew, and Ben. Eli gets a point. Mel, put it back up. Alright, so wait, who else was it? So everyone except Mel and Parker, I believe.
Yeah. Alright, next question. Who does the majority think is the biggest social threat? Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. You got a Parker, a Casey, a Mel, another Parker, Eli, Parker, and Eli. The correct answers here were both Parker and Eli. So that is a point for everyone except for Andrew and Lily.
Who is the biggest physical threat in this game? Alright, show me your answers in 3, 2, 1. I see Andrew, Ben, Parker, Mel, Andrew, Mel. The correct answer was Andrew, so I see Eli and Parker.
Alright, 6 questions are left. Score update real quick. We got Mel still in the lead with 12, followed by Lily and Eli with 11, Ben with 10, Andrew and Parker with 9, and Casey with 6. There are 6 questions left. If it gets to a point where there is a clear winner before we run out of questions, we will just cut immunity. Alright, next question. Who does the majority think has the best resume up to this point? Alright, reveal in 3, 2, 1, go. We got Eli, Parker, Mel, Andrew, Ben, and Mel. 2 answers for this one. The answers were Parker and Ben. So we have Parker and gets a point, Andrew gets a point, and Lily gets a point.
Who do you think who does the majority think has the worst resume up to this point? Alright, show me your answers in 3, 2, 1. Casey. Casey all are on the board, and Casey is the correct answer. Everybody gets a point.
You guys ready again? Next question. Who does the majority think has the best chance to win this game? Alright, show in 3, 2, 1, go. We have Ben, Mel, Andrew, Ben, Mel, Parker. The correct answer for this one was Mel. So we got Lily with the point and Parker with the point. And with that, Lily takes the lead with 3 questions remaining. Next question, who does the majority think has the worst chance to win this game? Alright, show in 3, 2, 1. Alright, we got Casey, Andrew, Casey, Eli, Casey. There were 2 correct answers for this one, Casey and Eli. So everyone but Andrew gets a point. Next question, second to last one. Who does the majority think is the dark horse chance to win this game? Ready? Reveal in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, we got Mel, 3 for Lily, another for Mel, and 2 for Andrew. There were 3 correct answers for this one. Lily, Mel, and Andrew were all correct. Everyone gets a point. And going into the last question is between Lily and Mel for immunity. Lily with 16 points, Mel with 15 points. Lily, if you get this one correct, you win immunity this week. Mel, Lily needs to get it wrong, and you need to get it right for you to win. Everyone else, you can play for fun. Alright, final question. Who does the majority think should have been voted out in the beginning? Alright, reveal in 3, 2, 1. Alright, Lily picked Eli. Mel also picked Eli. It does not matter. You both were correct, but Lily, congratulations. You have won immunity. Congratulations. Come get your immunity. You now have a 1-in-6 shot of saving the game. Stay up here real quick. We will also be giving out another clue to the hidden immunity idol.
I should have prepared myself. I am going to give it to Joss.
Alright. You will be getting that after we leave. I got nothing else for you guys. See you guys in the next round.
We are post my first challenge after being on the wrong side of a vote. I did not that well on the challenge. I had a feeling I wasn't going to do too well on this one. It's just like knowing other people like that and what other people are going to do like isn't really my strong suit, I think.
So I was voted like the person who doesn't deserve to be here the most. That was me. Am I mad? No. Because like, I mean, it's true. It's kind of, I mean, okay, like it doesn't make me mad because I'm like, okay, who out of everyone hasn't done the most? And like, yeah, me, sorry. But with that being said, I think it was kind of a wake up call that I need to start like preparing.
I haven't really been an active target. That might change. It might have already changed this past week with superlatives. I did win some superlatives that maybe raised some eyebrows in my direction.
I am so shocked that I am still in this game. I'm like so happy though, but like I on paper it like totally makes sense what happened, because honestly like I gave like irrefutable evidence to Ben and Mel that Savannah had the idol, so like it made total sense. The thing that like threw me off was me sending this like long desperate text, because I genuinely thought that they were against me. I will admit, like I really thought I was gonna go home, and then like I sent this long text this morning and then there was no response, so like that's what made me think that I was really gonna go home.
After the challenge, I went and I talked to Ben and Mel. I pulled them aside and I was like, before you go, I just want to talk to you about something. And I basically said, like, I totally understand where you're coming from in voting out Savannah. I get it. Like, I know it wasn't targeted against me or Eli. Like, you guys are doing your best to make it to the end, and she had an idol and that scared you.
I'm stressed. I'm very stressed. Not winning that immunity challenge makes me feel like my fate is sealed. So basically what happened after Tribal is I walked back with Parker and Casey, and I was like, you know, it's pretty clear who the favorites are to win this season from that challenge. It's Mel and Ben.
I don't think I should go home this week. It's certainly something that's possible, given that I've been now called out as a strategic threat. And I'm going to have to be worried about that and cover my bases, but I'm worried. Eli's bad at straight up lying, and he keeps on telling me I would never turn against you, even though I fucked him over this week.
I talked with Ben last night, and I talked with him this morning, and nothing he has said to me has convinced me that I'm not going home this week. I was just waiting for him to say, yeah, we're all voting Parker, done deal. And what he did was just be like, you know, I have to weigh out all my options, figure it out. I'd like to go to the end with you, but that is just that's just a red flag to me. If you're not gonna make that decision, or if you're, I just feel like the decision's so obvious. Why is he taking such a long route to get to an answer with me? That's what I feel like he's voting me this week.
So like I kind of walked back with Eli, and I know that he doesn't like take anything personally or whatever, and he's kind of like admitted to me that he's playing up this whole like I'm so sad like kind of like mopey act, which is like irritating.
I think everybody's sick of Eli. Like, he's annoying people by playing this like woe is me puppy dog game when it's all fake. So I think people just are done with it.
He kind of like suggested that, and I agree that like the biggest threats in this game at this point might be Mel and Ben, particularly Ben.
I'm gonna try to flip the game, and I let it all out to Parker, basically saying, look, I fucked you over in the past, but this is the only way you and I can both make it to the end. We could either gun for each other and then we get out the next week, because I feel like no matter what happens this week, if I go home this week, Parker's definitely going home next week. If Parker goes home this week, I'm going home next week. So I'm like, would you rather make Final 6 or Final 4? We have the chance to flip the game on the head again and get Ben out.
Eli started like texting me and saying that he wanted to try to flip the game. He wanted to try to get Ben out, which honestly, like, was kind of tempting to me, but I knew I couldn't really consider it because I can never trust Eli in this game again after everything I've done to him. So he was basically suggesting that Andrew, me, and Lily, and Casey would vote for Ben, which is funny because that would never happen anyway, because Casey would absolutely never vote for Ben over Eli because she does not like Eli at all.
When I talked to Eli, he asked me if I had any interest in working with Parker again, and obviously I shut that down very quickly because I've done nothing in this game but fuck with Parker's game. So, like, there's no reason for me to put any trust in him. Understandably, there's no reason for him to trust me.
Eli said that Parker already threw my name out there as a potential target for this week. And but I also told Eli that we were going for Parker. So I'm hoping that when I talk to Parker at 5, he'll willingly admit that he said that to Eli to scare him, which will make me feel a little bit better about any craziness going on.
I called Ben and I told him everything about everything that Eli was saying, and he seemed pretty genuine in his response. Like, he was like, Eli's trying to like cause this division, like we can't fall for it. Like, everything he was saying like made sense, and he kind of recognized that Eli's such like a reckless, like he will do anything in this game.
I woke up like pretty late in the day. I wake up to like text from Eli like, can you call, like, and I was like, I just woke up, and he's like, well, can we call? And I'm like, no, like, my eyes still have crust on them, and you want me to call you about Survivor right now? Like, I'm sorry, not happening.
I met with Mel and I met with Ben, and they're both like, yeah, for sure, like, full send Eli. I did tell Mel about our advantage, but I'm pretty sure we're not even gonna need to use it. Maybe I'll give it to Lily, but like, I think everyone is just done with Eli. Eli just says all this manipulative.
He proposed to me today on our call. Like, he was like basically saying that like Ben is making it clear that like Lily and Casey are who he wants in his final 3, and like who he wants to take to the end, and and like, yes, like, he's right, but I already knew this. Like, he's like, oh, like you need to realize these things because like you shouldn't take Ben all the way, and I'm like, bro, like, I already know that, and I'm already devising a plan for that, and you're not part of it because I want you to go home.
Talking with Casey was a breath of fresh air. I wish I would have talked to her sooner. I mean, I guess I'm sort of happy I didn't because I had such a great conversation with her, and like that was the thing, like leaving Lily behind for a week was tough because I like Lily a lot, and I like don't like developing those connections and then breaking them. But Casey's great. Hopefully we're all still here on Sunday so we can talk again, because she was very fun to talk to. She appreciated my Star Wars poster in the background, and anyone who appreciates my Star Wars poster is good with me. She made it seem like everybody is in agreement that getting rid of Eli is the best thing for this game.
Casey and I also talked yesterday, and it was a really good talk, and I sort of secured like a final 2 with her. Like, it's basically a final 2. Like, we essentially, like, we both said like we want to take each other to the end. And I know that a lot of other people are going to be approaching her with these promises because like she's the obvious person to take. Like, she's done absolutely nothing in this game. It's sort of funny, but I love it for her because it's useful for me because I have a good relationship with her.
Like, yeah, just the fact that I've been through a lot of, like, I guess trials in this game makes me someone who honestly is a contender for the end, and I want to make it seem like I'm like so for sure would not win at the end, but I think it's gonna be hard for me to do that because the jury like is kind of like, they appear to love me. Like, their reactions during trial, like, I love them, but like they are just all like, they are like eating up every word I say, which is fun, but that's also just very visible to everyone in the game, which is kind of scary to me.
Ben, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, I'm not sitting next to him because it's just like, we played the same game. It's too hard to make an argument. Like, at this point, like, I have the argument of like, I want to challenge, he hasn't, but that might change in the next couple weeks, and then that argument is lost, and like, I can't, and like, I already feel like he's recognizing that he can't take me, so I need to get rid of him.
I don't have any idols or anything. I've just done my best to play the best social strategic game I possibly can. Hopefully I win an immunity soon. I think that if I'm still in the game after this vote, I could win, but I would need to win some timely immunities in order to win this game.
I realize that I have a real shot at winning if I play my cards right, and like and I got excited about it. But also I do realize like it depends on who has the idol. It depends on who wins immunity. Like I need to win. Like if Ben wins Final 5 immunity, like
I'm sticking with Ben and Mel. I think I have more trust in Ben just because not that I think he has the most loyalty to me, but just like we have the best history and I understand his gameplay the best. And I think when it comes down to it, he'll understand that like if the Final 5 of me, Ben, Mel, Casey, Lily comes true like we're planning on, I don't know if I would be the first to go.
who am I going to be able to pull to blindside Ben when we get to that like Final 5? And the answer is sort of clear, and it's Andrew. So I'm thinking I can sit next to Andrew. Like, yeah, Andrew has a good case about winning, but like everyone at this point basically does.
Mel and I were like, we want to work together for the rest of this. That means I'm gonna at some point, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do about Parker, but I'm trying not to think about it too far in advance because I think I did that before and then I was blindsided and all this shit happened. But yeah, I keep being like, I just need to win an idol. I suck at challenges. Like, I literally am the worst at these challenges. I don't know why. I kind of think it's funny because at the same time, guess who's made it to the final 7? And hopefully final 6. So like this girl, but yeah, suck at challenges. So I gotta figure out somehow to get immunity without winning, but like, what does that even mean? I don't know how I'm gonna do that.
I have an advantage. I'm going to play it this week. I will not vote and I will be safe. And I was like, I'm not telling you this because I know it can't really help you. I'm telling you this in the spirit of full disclosure. And I'm telling you this with the understanding that with this information, I'm giving you, like, I'm exposing myself to you in exchange for your guys' loyalty for the next couple weeks.
I hope Eli's writing down Parker's name just in case he does pull something, because that would just result in Parker going home. There's still at least one idol out there that we aren't 100% sure the location of. I think Lily might have it.
So I just caught up with like Casey and Parker in our group chat, and then Mel and Ben separately. And it seems like everybody's still on the same page with the Eli vote.
The paranoia is starting to set in a little bit again, unfortunately. Because everything this week has just seemed so straightforward and so like easy that this is what's gonna happen. And that is just what makes me uneasy, because every time it seems like something is happening, like I'm just thinking back to all these votes, like Savannah thought it was just the super easy thing that I was gonna go, like Julia thought it was super easy that Marcelo was gonna go, Marcelo thought like every time someone feels really confident about the vote and it seems like it's gonna go a certain way, like that person gets blindsided.
We have not had any votes go easy yet. We've had no votes at the merge that weren't a blindside, so it would be really nice to just have one vote not be a blindside.
I'm a little nervous because there's a little bit of that sense of like, when Marcelo got voted out, it felt really easy. Our plan that day obviously wasn't to vote Marcelo. Like, things felt like they were like too easy and not drama filled that day, and it feels kind of the same today, so that makes me nervous that like, what if this is a repeat situation and like somebody I'm close with is gonna get screwed over?
So I'm going guns and blazing. I'm not going out without a fight. I'm not just gonna go out f***ing Ben.
Alright, welcome back, Moscato Tribe 2 Tribal Council. Let's talk about last week's, or Thursday, I should say, Superlative Challenge. Parker and Ben, you two tied for the player who were the biggest strategic threats. Ben, you were also voted player with the best resume in the game so far. Do those titles give you a confidence boost coming into today, or does it just put a bigger target on your back?
I try not to think about that stuff too seriously. Like, I mean, everyone's playing a game, and the superlatives, you just put down stuff that you think you're going to hear. So that's what it is.
Similarly, Eli and Parker, you guys tied for being the biggest social threats in this game. Eli, tell me your thoughts on the
I think that's like flat out wrong. I'm probably the worst social player here. I mean, I've done nothing but like ruin everything, so I'm definitely not the best social player at all.
Alright, Parker, since you tied both those votes, clearly you're considered as a big threat in this game right now. Tell me what is going through your head now and last week when you heard that that's who you were voted.
Well, like Ben said, it is just a game. I guess I'm not like, I am a little bit surprised by them, but not that surprised. I feel like there is a big target on my back anyway, so I don't think it like really increases it much, but yeah, it's good to know that's what people think, I guess.
Andrew, you were voted biggest physical threat in this game. Any thoughts?
I think if you had asked me if I thought I was going to be the biggest physical threat in this game at the final 7, I probably would have, laughed in your face. So, thanks. I'm confused, but thanks.
Yeah. Mel, you were voted player with the best chance to win this game, and also tied for which player is the dark horse who can sneak up and win this game. Did this challenge put you in a worse position now that your name is out there, or is it still business as usual?
I mean, like, similarly to everyone else, it's like, I don't know, it's super subjective, and I don't know if people think, I didn't do myself that way, like, I guess it's a compliment, take it as, whatever.
On the other hand, Casey, you were voted least deserving to be in the final 7, that you have the worst resume up until that point, and you tied with Eli for worst chance to win this game. How does that make you feel, and did it affect your planning for this week?
I mean, it's a game. It was kind of funny because it's like also borderline true, but like, I think definitely like, I didn't take it too personally, but also at the same time, I think it was a little bit of a wake-up call, like, okay, like I need to start really actively playing, like reaching out to people and stuff like that. So I think like, I'm not like thinking about it too much, but also I did, learn from it.
Eli, as I just mentioned, according to the rest of your castmates, you have one of the worst chances to win this game. How can a title like that affect a player's mindset and their plans going into the game's final few weeks?
Thank you. I think it helps my case to stay in this game even more, because you bring me to the end, you're most likely going to win the whole thing, so there's no point in getting rid of me. I might be a big target, but I'm not a big threat, and I think those are two definitely like different things. And if you're one of the power players that do have a good chance to win the game, keep me around because I'll always be a bigger target, but I might not be the biggest threat to win.
Lily, aside from being voted most successful in life and tied for who players most wanted to take out on a date, your name didn't really come up a whole lot in the game-related questions. How does that make you feel about your position in the game right now?
It makes me feel fine in a way. I think it's a little. I feel like it's works to my advantage to not have a target on the back either as like a bad player or a good player. Yeah, I'm not that bad at it. Thanks for the confidence.
Andrew, do these results in the superlatives, the superlative challenge carry any weight in who to vote out?
I mean, it definitely, like Casey said, is a big wake-up call, I think, for everybody of how, it's like a good reveal of how people are being seen by other people in this game. So I don't know if it's like a direct impact on how we're voting this week, but I do think it's something to keep in mind.
Lily, you won this challenge in the end and chose to give the immunity idol clue to Ben. What was your reasoning behind that?
Ben has like a little bit of a, Ben, Mom, and I was like about with Marcelo was kind of upsetting, and we all had good conversations during the week, and I really put my faith into him that he was gonna help me out with last week's vote, and so it was more of just thank you for being with me, and a kind of a sign of my appreciation for him being truthful with me and not kind of bullshitting me this past week.
I really appreciate it.
Alright, now let's talk more about this week. Casey, what have the last few days looked like for you? Was it easy to figure out a plan for today, or did plans change around a lot since Thursday?
No, I think it was definitely a quick turnaround, so it was kind of a lot of, reaching out, or it was very quick. I think I guess things had changed since last Thursday, but I think, there's only so much that could have happened the past few days.
Mm-hmm. Eli, what about you? What is this week? Last week?
Definitely, like, since the Julia vote, this is the most I've reached out to people. Because, you know, like last week I was obviously on the wrong end of the vote, and that's a position I haven't been in many times. And I felt that I was gonna go home the past couple tribals. And like, I felt like after last week, it's like, oh yeah, like now I'm really, really going home. So I just wanted to talk. And, you know, I did bring up the superlatives because I do think they do carry weight on how people view my game, how people view other games. And I think it just shows that like, yo, like, I'm not gonna win this game. Bring me to the end. You'll get your jury votes.
Mel, has there been any talk about whether it's a final 2 or a final 3? And if so, when do you start to plan around who you can beat in the end?
I don't know when it's gonna be. Obviously, no one knows when it's gonna be final 2 or 3. I feel like a lot of people have been like vaguely talking about it in a way that it's like sort of assumed it's a final 3, which like I think is making my mind think it is, but like obviously there's no real like backing behind that. Yeah, I mean, it, like we said last time, like we're at a point where you have to start thinking, you know, about the end and like who you're taking and stuff, but also like we are still like we're still not there yet, and it's something to think about, but it's not at the forefront.
You want something to add?
Yeah, I just like I like that question, so like I want to talk about it. But like going off of that, but also in a viewing it a different way, I think it's less about at this point who you want to take to the final 3 and more about who will take you.
Okay, I'm going to go somewhere else. Casey, I'll ask you the same question. When do you start to plan around final 2, final 3, and who you think you can bring and win in the end?
I mean, I personally, like as someone who just has been oblivious and or blindsided a lot, I think kind of like, I'm kind of not really planning for it. I'm just kind of taking every tribal and then going off of like what just happened. And then just really thinking about like things in the past. So I'm not really planning for the future. I'm just absorbing what's happening now.
Mm-hmm. Parker, is it smart to keep around threats to keep the target off you, or keep people that you think you can beat?
I think it's definitely both. I think both are smart. It depends on like which one takes more priority. If you're like on the chopping block and you're about to go, it might be better to try to take someone out who's going after you. But then on the other hand, if you're kind of fading into the background, it might be better to do the opposite. So, yeah.
Andrew, same question to you.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, is it smart to keep around threats to keep the target off you, or is it smart to keep around people you think you can beat?
I think I'm kind of with Mel in that, like, I'm more looking at this as a how can I move forward and get to the end than how am I going to win in the end. So if the threat is directly against me, then it means get rid of that threat, I guess.
Mm-hmm. All right, we are down to the final 7. And it is unprecedented in Survivor Syracuse history to get this far without an immunity idol play. Including this vote, there are only 3 tribal councils left in which these can be played. Obviously, idol plays are always looming, but then, since no one seems to be playing them, do you start to think about them less and less when making plans for tribals?
Not at all. I think all of the last 3 tribals have been directly influenced by the thought of an idol being out. As the last 3 people that were voted out were people that were presumed to have or actually had idols. And I know for a fact there's an idol loose because the clue I got this week is very specific and it just was not there. So I know that idol's out there. I have no idea who can have it. Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Is there anything else to add before we go?
I do.
All right.
I found an advantage a few weeks ago that allows me to leave tribal council without voting and without getting any votes on myself, and I would like to play it this week.
All right, that's it.
Stand up. I only have a digital form of it, because it was an invitation to a Zoom call with an explanation. Mm-hmm. I know that sounds fake, but you can prove whether or not it is, so that's the advantage.
May I?
Yeah.
All right, so Andrew is attempting to play a safety without power advantage, which allows him to leave tribal council and grant them immunity for this week. This is a real immunity, which means Andrew, you can now leave the tribal council area. You will not have a vote, but you will not receive any votes, and you will not be going home this week.
Thank you.
It's not labeled, but it's pretty good.
Someone just confessional.
All right. Anyone else before we start to go vote? All right. That being said, we will now go vote, where one of you will be the 12th person voted out of Survivor Syracuse New Era and become the 5th member of our jury.
Hopefully I made a big enough case to stay.
I know you're gonna take this personally.
Before I read the votes, if anyone would like to play a community item, now would be the time to do so. Alright, get the votes. First vote, Parker. Second vote, Eli. 1 vote Parker, 1 vote Eli, 4 votes from him. Third vote, Eli. Fourth vote, Eli. That's 3 votes Eli, 1 vote Parker, 2 votes from him. The 12th person voted out of Survivor Syracuse New Era and the 5th member of our jury, Eli. Eli, come up here and drop your buff.
See you on the other side.
Love you guys. No hard feelings.
Eli, the tribe has spoken.
Peace out, guys.
Alright, actually, we should probably bring Andrew back in, right?
Next time on Survivor.
I get a text in a group chat with me, Parker, and Mel.
So, I am a little upset at the moment.
Alright, strap in. This blog is about to be crazy.
Yeah, not surprised. I felt it the whole week. I mean, the way Ben was talking to me, like, the past few days, it's like, dude, like, I know you're voting me out here, like, we're chilling, like, there's no hard feelings. It sucks because I ruined a lot of relationships just to get to 7th. And, like, I knew I was gonna be the villain of the season.
I know you're gonna take this personally, and I'm really sorry about that, but it's not personal. It's a game. And it was really nice hanging out with you these last couple of weeks, and I look forward to seeing you more.
Where did I go wrong? Definitely the Julia vote. I did that too soon. I wanted to do that later in the season, but the opportunity presented itself pretty early. And I didn't realize how bad that would fuck me in the long run, because it really did. Because it ruined not just my game, it ruined Savannah's game, it's gonna ruin Andrew's game. And shout out to Parker for readapting, he's next. I mean, I made it clear to him, like, it's you and I going out these next 2 weeks. It was an honor to participate in this. I've seen all 40 seasons of Survivor. I really thought I was gonna win, and I think there was a point where I was gonna win. And that's what really bothers me, or that's what upsets me a little bit, because I truly thought I was gonna win at one point, and I think there was no way I wasn't gonna win. But, you know, when you're in the middle of the game, you get excited to make the power moves, and sometimes making those moves gets you a little bit ahead of yourself, and I think that's what fucked me over in the end. But no hard feelings. It sucks that a lot of people do hate me in real life, not even just on a game level, and I'd like to rebuild those relationships. And there's nothing really to do. I'm just blessed for the opportunity to be here, and I'm very excited to watch the season and just like where I went wrong, because I know when I went wrong. Like, it's obvious, but by the way, I'm gonna stop rambling and all right.